Start with praise to Lord Jagannath. नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिं प्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामे नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विशेष शुभवाद भाषा। Hare Krishna. So today we will be covering chapter 3, verse number 12. Any Mataji or Prabhuji would like to recite? Ruby Mataji, would you like to recite? Ramya Mataji?
Yeah, I shall recite.
Yeah, please.
Ishtan bogan hi wo deva dasyante yagna bhavitaha tairdattana pradayabhyo yo bhunkte stena eva saha.
Please read the translation, Mataji.
Okay. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yagna, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief.
Hare Krishna. So here, if you see, Krishna is talking about the demigods, the essence of demigods in our daily life. So what Krishna is telling? Krishna is telling that all the necessities of our life is given by the demigods. If we see the previous verse also, there also Krishna talks about this, that whatever we are consuming in our daily life, everything is coming from the plate of demigods. But eventually, indirectly, that is again supplied by Krishna. That's a different thing. But those things are reaching to us. All the facilities that we use in our daily life are coming from the demigods, because demigods are just like the agents of Krishna, handling all other different departments. So that's why, even though everything is coming from Krishna and all these demigods are agents, or we can say these demigods are reporting back to Krishna, but ultimately at the end of the day, all the things that we are consuming in this material world are coming from the blessings of demigods. So Krishna is telling, a person who consumes these benefits, these necessities, without offering to demigods, he is actually a thief. And these type of people are especially the people, those who run behind sense gratification. They just want that, okay, whatever I have got because I earned it because I did the hard work for that, and that's why I got it, right? So that is why you see in our Vedas we have different types of yajna for different sort of demigods. Whatever according to your karmas, according to one's own qualities, whatever we have understood the concept of spirituality, according to that we handle and we accept that this demigod is big. For example, if you go to Bombay side, there Ganpati Bappa Moria. If you come to south now, in your areas also you might be seeing now Swami Ayappa. Time is going on, black dress, black dhoti, Swami Ayappa Sharanam. That parallel to that, we people are following that red clothes also. Ma Bhavani, right? Many people worship ghosts as well, right? Many people offer meat. For example, as Prabhupada writes, that people, those who are interested in meat eating, for them also it has been mentioned in our Vedas that okay, if you want to eat meat, then offer it to Lord Kali, offer it to Lord Devi. That's why you see in every, especially in the villages, in every nook and corner of a village, you will see a Devi Ma temple, because people go take goats and various other animals. They kill that animal in that Devi Ma's temple, saying that I am offering it to you, and then I'm eating. But that's not the only thing. They eat even after that, because they are so much obsessed with meat eating. So so Prabhupada is telling that according to our own qualities, because it's not cup of tea for everyone to understand Krishna, right? Because Krishna himself tells that Manushyanam Sahastreshu. Sorry, he tells that Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sam Mahatma Sudurlabha. Ki after many years, after many births, one can understand that Krishna is the supermost, the super soul, and the whole soul of the entire universe. But it is difficult to understand. It's not everyone's job. That's why Krishna tells, but a person who understands Krishna in that pattern, he is Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. That person is very rare. It's not so that is why, see, this is a very practical takeaway for us, that we should not be jealous or we should not be envious of people those who don't believe on Krishna. See, Krishna himself is telling, right? So why should we be jealous or envious of those people who don't believe on Krishna? It's that it is that it is the thing that is happening, and that will happen. So this is a very matured, thing that we have to understand in our life, that everyone cannot digest the philosophy of Krishna. So we have to understand that. And everyone cannot accept Krishna directly as a super soul. Cannot. Because that he doesn't have that much sukriti in his life. He doesn't have that much, wealth in his life, spiritual wealth in his life, that he can understand Krishna as he is. So that is why, according to our own qualities, according to our own karmas, we understand the concept, whatever we have. One day when I was in Bangalore, so when I was staying in Hoodie, so there was a person. To that person, I went to his house. So he had means in one wall of his house, in a drawing room. So the entire wall had various racks in that wall. And every year he used to buy a different sort of idol of Ganpati Bappa, because they used to believe Ganpati. And in South also, I think they believe a lot of, Ganpati Bappa, they believe on Ganeshji and they worship. So the entire wall was consisting of different sort of deities of Ganpati Bappa. Means different models, some metal, some clay, some sand, this, that, and all sort of. When I went to his house, then he showed that, Sir Prabhuji, see, this is how this is. Yes, I. He showed me all this. I bought this from that place. I bought this from that place. Means from all over India, whatever best collections he could get, he got it. So I thought, okay, and they were very beautiful, also a bit elegant and bit different sort of material, and all those things were there. So we should not be envious or jealous of that thing. Okay, He knows that much. Very good. At least he is on the right track, on the path of devotion, on the path of the supreme soul. He is at least better than those who are crap in the society. Right? He is at least good person. Right? Because our Goswamiji tells, जिन्हा के रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति तिन्हा देखी तैसी. कि whatever way we have earned in our life, only that way we can progress in our spiritual path. You cannot, it's very difficult. If you force, it will break. So at least let him walk on the path of devotion or on the path of demigods. At least he is walking. If not in this life, the next life he will again come up. So that's why Srila Prabhupada writes that according to our own qualities, we have earned and we start worshipping this demigod, that demigod, everything is good. Because at the end of the day, whatever we are getting, they are being supplied by the demigods. That's why, and in return, we should show our nature of gratitude towards the demigods, because you gave me, I'm very thankful, so I also offer. So this offering, exchange, is a sense of gratitude, because when we gratitude, we are thankful that we are getting things. And that's why Krishna is telling a person who doesn't show gratitude, he is a thief. And that's why in all our scriptures, it has been told that every householder, even Prabhupada writes, that every householder should perform 5 types of yajnas in his daily life, in his entire life. What are the 5 pancha yajnas? One is Brahma yajna, one is Deva Yajna, one is Pitra Yajna, one is Manush Yajna, and the last one is Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna is not, worshipping bhutas, but Bhuta Yajna means, showing compassionate or doing something or some welfare activities towards animals, whatever animals you see in and around. That's why you see there is a very profound or a very famous ritual of offering foodstuffs to black dogs, especially in the category of dogs. Black dogs are the most favorite, that it is believed that if you offer food or whatever it is, then your graha becomes clear. So that's why many people offer foodstuffs to birds and this and that, everything that happens. So that's why Prabhupada is writing that in our life we should be gratitude. That because once we show our gratitude nature, then our life, or we can say our way to Krishna becomes clear. Because when we show our gratitude, that means we are leaving our egoistic attitude, egoistic character. We tend to think that everyone belongs to the supreme soul, slowly and steadily. It's not, it's not haste. It happens very slowly. We develop the divine love towards everyone, including the demigods. Okay, whatever it is, wherever you are good. And see, especially with respect to demigods, we should have this in our mind, that whatever it is, wherever it is, however it is, demigods are far more superior than us. That's why we don't have any rights to talk ill about them. That's why you see this incident happening in Bhagavatam, in case of Prithu Maharaj. When Prithu Maharaj was performing the 100th Ashwamedh Yajna, then what does Indra does? Indra steals his horse, and not once, twice or thrice. So when Prithu Maharaj became angry and he wanted to kill Indra, then his Rishi Munis, whoever was there, the sages, they said, you don't have to go from here and kill him, because it will again disrupt the sacrifice. But instead, we will use our mantras so that Indra will come himself, and We'll burn him in the sacrifice, the yagya. We'll burn him down here. So when they were just about to start, Brahmaji comes, Brahmaji intervenes and says, no, 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 no. This is not your job. You cannot kill Indra because Indra in himself is an expansion of Krishna, is a portion of Krishna. You cannot kill Indra, and that is not your work as well. Even in those purports, Srila Prabhupada writes that due to Indra, if you see, Krishna is able to do so many pastimes, right? If Indra would not have been there, then our Govardhan Leela would not be there, right? So he is the main turning point of that entire Leela. So there also Brahmaji tells, no, you should not do that. So likewise, we should understand that we have to understand, like, demigods are final year students and we are just first semester students. And they are far more superior than us. They are far more senior than us. So that's why we should never talk ill about them. Whatever they are, whoever is believing on them, we should understand that their concept still lies there. Their concept is still to that demigod level, not to that Krishna. Because Krishna himself tells, because Krishna is not everyone's cup of tea. So we have to understand this and then we have to walk on. And that is why when we develop a sense of gratitude towards whether it is demigods or whatever it is, like when we follow the Panchayagyas, we develop a sense of gratitude towards everyone in and around us, right? Then we understand that everyone belongs to that supreme soul. That feeling starts coming when we help each other, when we love each other, and then only one day the one day will come when we will be devoid of all sort of jealousy, hatred, and all those things, and we will cleanse ourselves, and then we can walk to Krishna. And that is why all these yajnas have been mentioned. That's why we should never think that, okay, I am doing 16 rounds, I'm going to this temple, I am chanting, I am worshipping Radha Krishna, I don't want any one of these. In on the path of this concept, every now and then we tend to offend demigods. So I think in that case, even Krishna gets offended. Because if you offend Krishna's people, then obviously we are offending Krishna himself. Because if you offend a son, then the father also gets offended. So that's why Srila Prabhupada here writes, because everything you see in and around us is supplied by demigods. Whatever we eat, whatever we wear, whatever we consume, whatever it is. That's why Srila Prabhupada writes, no matter what it is, no one in this world can create anything on its own. Everything is being supplied by this universe, by this earth. And earth is maintained by the demigods. Eventually, Krishna. So that's why we have to, be very, very grateful to these demigods as well. That whatever we are consuming, whatever we are getting, if we are in a good place, if we are in a good atmosphere, everything is healthy. So that means demigods are happy. And that is why we should perform these yajnas, that so that we have that sense of gratitude towards the demigods for what they are doing for us. And at the end, that's what Srila Prabhupada writes. So that is the reason why in this Kali Yuga, the best yajna that we can do is Harinam Sankirtan. Golokera Premadhat Harinam Sankirtan. That's why Srila Prabhupada told us, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And everything else gets satisfied. So that's why in one hand, where we should remember that whatever we are getting, it's the blessings of the demigod himself. And on the other hand, we have to understand that in this age, no other yajna would be fruitful apart from nama yajna, right? So both of them parallelly we have to handle, and we have to walk ahead in our life. Okay, so with this, I conclude. If any Mataji or Prabhuji had any questions, they can go ahead. Hare Krishna.